Hi, I'm Dan.
And I'm Joe.
And we're going to teach you how to play handball. So what you have here on a normal two-player square is dunce over here and ace over here. Now the aim of the game is to get from whatever square you're in to ace, and you want to stay in ace for as long as you can. Now, you can have more than two players, of course, and so we've designed a couple of squares for you. So you go from dunce to king and to ace, and in this one, which is a free player square, ace will have a square the length of two normal squares to make it difficult to stay in that position. So the order we will go in is dunce, king, and ace. If you get knocked out from ace, everyone will move up one and ace will go back down to dunce. If you get knocked down from king, king will go back to dunce and everyone below him will move up, which will just be dunce for now. Now this is a four-player square. Everyone has the even length square, and it goes from dunce to queen to king to ace. Now if ace got knocked out, because it is the highest square, it will go straight to the bottom and everyone will move up one. If king got knocked out, it is the second highest square, so the king will go back down to dunce and everyone below king will move up one. So the dunce and the queen will move up, but not the ace because it didn't get knocked out and it was higher than the king. Now this is a six-player square. We have the ace on top, then you got the king, the queen, the jack, the one, and then the dunce. And so the order you'll go in will be dunce, one, jack, queen, king, and then the ace. This is a 12-player square. Now we've designed this to be really hard for the center players, which will be the king and the ace. This rotation is slightly different to all the other ones. It'll go from dunce, which will be at the top left, to 1, 2, 3, then down to 4, to 5, to 6, to 7, to jack, then to the queen, the king, and finally the ace. Now this has been designed to make it really difficult for the king and the ace, seeing as they are in the middle, and no matter who has the ball, they will be able to get it to them and possibly get them out. And that is all the squares. Drawing the boundaries. Alright, serving the ball. Now, in order to serve the ball, it must be thrown by the ace and it must bounce into their square and then into their opponent's square. Otherwise it'll be an invalid serve and they'll be out. Alright. Serving the ball. Alright. Returning the serve. In order to return the serve, you must not pick up the ball, you have to hit it, and it must bounce in your square first, and then your opponent's square, which we will now demonstrate. Returning the serve. Continuing the rally is very much like returning the serve. You cannot pick it up, and it must hit your square and then your opponent's square. And we'll demonstrate the full thing from a serve, returning serve, and then continuing the rally. Continuing the rally.
We'll just keep going, yeah? Don't stop.
Yep. Alright, there are a few more rules you need to know about hitting the ball into your opponent's square. The first of them is fulls. Now what fulls is when you hit the ball, it cannot go straight into their square. It must bounce in your square first. So it'll go from your square and then bounce into the opponent's square. We'll explain this in the demo. Alright, this is fulls.
Out.
And now he is in ace, and this is still fulls.
I'm going to serve it first.
That is
Drop
fulls.
out. Bad luck, Dan. Okay. Now what?
Alright, we're going to use the two-player square for this explanation. We are in ace. Our opponent is in dunce. What we are trying to do is get them out by using the out rule. What this is when we bounce it into our square, then into their square, and then it goes outside of the courts completely, our opponent will be out. But this could happen in a bad way. What could happen is we could bounce it into our square, and then it could go straight out, missing the dunce completely. This would make us out. So what we need to do is this line here, where we bounce it into our square, the dunce, and then straight out. We don't want it to bounce into our square and then straight out, because that would make us out. They can use this rule too. We'll explain this in a demonstration.
This is out. You're out, Dan. Stop. Okay.
Okay, for this explanation, we're going to explain the third rule, which is doubles. Now what this is if it bounces into our square first. For this again, we are going to be an ace. And see, what we don't want to happen is for us to hit the ball, it to bounce in our square, and then into our square again. So what happens then, we will be out because it was doubles, because it bounced in our square twice. But what we can do is we can bounce it into our square, then to the opponent's square, and then it will bounce in the opponent's square again. This would make them out, because then it was doubles, but in this square. So basically, you can't let the ball bounce in your square twice without being hit. What could happen is that it bounces into your square once, and then you hit it, and it bounces into your square, then your opponent's. That is okay. But you don't want it bouncing into your square twice without being hit. We'll explain this in a demonstration. This is doubles.
Double bounce.
I'm out.
Okay. Ready? Yep, solid. Double bounce. Double bounce. Yep.
Doubles.
Double bounce. Double bounce.
Alright, we are going to use the two-player square for this explanation. We are in ace. Our opponent is in dunce. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to get our opponent out using the out rule. Now what we want to hit the ball, and for it to go into our square, into our opponent's square, and then outside of all the squares completely. And this would make our opponent out. But what could happen is for us to hit the ball, it to bounce into our square, and then out completely. This would make us out. So, this is what we want. This is what we don't want. Right and wrong. And now we'll explain this in a demonstration.
This is out. You're out, Dan. Stop. Okay.
For this explanation, we're going to use a two-player square. We are in ace and our opponent is in dunce. This rule is that you are not allowed to place your foot in your opponent's square. So we could be walking around in our square here and we place a foot into our opponent's square. What happens then is that we are out and we go back down to dunce. We'll explain this in a demonstration. Right, don't step in your opponent's square. I step in the square.
Okay.
Alright, for this last rule, it's called no grabbing. If you pick up the ball, you are out. It's as simple as that. No grabbing. You're out. No grabbing. Hand it back to me. I'm out.
Okay, stop.
Alright guys, for this last demonstration we're going to show you how to do reserves. So what we'll have, basically there'll be one person on the side of the line over there. There'll be the two people playing the actual game. You'll have ace, which is closest to us, and dunce, which is the square over the far side. Once ace gets out, ace will go to dunce. But if dunce were to get out, dunce would have to go over to the reserves on the side of the line, and whoever is in reserves will then go into dunce. Alright, we'll start this.
You're out. On the floor. You're out. Yes!
And that is reserves. Alright guys, for this last one we're just going to show you what a proper game will look like. We have Joe over in ace, and then we have Matt in dunce. They will change depending on whoever gets out. Alright, let's do this. Now Matt just hit the ball out, so he's still in dunce. He just hit it out again, trying to get it through his legs. Now Joe just hit doubles, so he is now in dunce. And Matt did a terrible serve and hit doubles, so now Joe is...
Fault one?
No. He's in dunce.
Oh, no faults. Alright. This makes the game so good quicker.
Another doubles off Matt's hit, so he's still in dunce.
Yeah!
Alright, and Joe got doubles in Matt's square, so now Matt is out again, but he's still in dunce. And doubles off Joe, so he's now gone to dunce and Matt's in ace.
Getting hot now.
Joe's taking his jumper off. Alright, last round guys.
Okay.
Whoever gets out next loses.
Ah!
And Joe is out. Matt wins this time. Get a shot of his face as well. So we have Matt, the winner, and Joe, the loser. And last but not least, at the end of each game, we always have to be friendly.
Good game. Good game, mate. Well done.